All right, everybody, welcome to the Push Our Buttons podcast.
Don't push my
Over on
buttons.
the Game Controller Network
Yeah.
channel. Today we have some usuals and a person that should have been here at the other ones, but he's finally here now. Everybody, say your names. I am Pete.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lucas. I bet y'all remember me from the last time.
I'm the Steve boy. That's me.
The name's Carefree. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And finally, Phil's here. That's me. I'm here. Finally. Duh, it's not that exciting. I mean, it's exciting to me, but not exciting for others. As you
Good to have
should.
you, Phil.
Yeah, someone should.
And of course, goes without saying, we'll say this at the end as well. The links to everyone's socials and channels is in the description below. So please click on those, as well as hit that subscribe button or that like button if you like this podcast. Without further ado, let's get into what we had to talk about. So first, as usual, what's everyone been playing? I'll go last.
Okay, you're gonna go last? You go last? Alright, well then I guess, as per usual, we'll go in order. I gotta be real, a little dry on my end of this month.
Fucking nothing.
I've not necessarily nothing, just stuff I've already been... Why the fuck did I just say that now that I think about... Oh my god. Sorry.
What?
Well, I don't know why I just said that, because that's not true. Because on November 1st, the Behemoth dropped their newest game, an Alien Hominid Invasion.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Behemoth. I've grown up playing their games my whole life, and I have been... Alien Hominid specifically is, like, one of my favorite games ever. So I was mad stoked for this, and the fact that it came out, a great sentence. They also re-released Alien Hominid finally on modern consoles too, which is great. I've been enjoying those a lot. I'm going to my YouTube to double check the other games I've been playing.
Speaking of Alien Hominid, when that demo was out 3 years ago, at PAX East, me and Pete's and Ant's friend were playing it, and he went up first. He played it, and then he let me. You know, he's like, oh, try it out. I went, okay, cool, but it was on the review section. So I just review bombed it, and I went, hey, why would you do that, bro? As the dev was behind him.
Oh my god, what?
And he went, really? You just did that? I went, yeah. And then I rated it, appropriately. I went, yeah, that game was sick, Juan. Why would you think that was a bad game? Yeah. And he's like, I can't believe you just did that. It was really funny.
But getting back, besides that, so I finished up... well, quote-unquote finished up. I didn't finish the final boss at this point. I don't really care. Sonic Superstars, I wrapped on that finally. It certainly is a video game.
But how video game is it?
It's a video game, man. I've also been playing, because it came out this month, too. I've only just kind of been getting into it, but it's really hard, but it's pretty sick. Risk of Rain Returns, I've been playing.
Ooh!
Yeah, I've been playing that a lot. I'm really bad at it, but that game is also notoriously really hard. So that's normal. And then I just started, finally, after weeks of delaying it, I am playing the first Pikmin for the first time, and I've been really enjoying it. So, that's all my good stuff right now.
Can I ask you a Pikmin question?
Sure.
Who's cooler, Alf or Olimar?
Olimar.
Okay, cool. My friend says Alf, and I'm like, you're a loser. Continue.
Olimar is the correct answer.
Alf's just a nerd. Like, Alf looks like somebody you just shove into a locker.
He does. He actually does.
Other than that, yeah, that's really all I've been playing. Honestly, just stream stuff. Yeah.
All right. I have been playing the Mario RPG remake because the original is one of my favorite games, and the remake is pretty much just, like, in my eyes, a perfect remake. Like, it does everything I wanted it to do and more.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. It's fantastic, and I love it to death. I still haven't beaten the super secret final boss.
I know who that is.
Yeah, I still haven't beaten it. It's very hard. But it's really good. I like the game a lot. I also, because I finally was able to get my hands on this after years of not having it, but also I chalked that up to years of not having a PS5. I finally got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh yeah.
And that game is great. That game is super good. I'm really enjoying the hell out of that. And that's pretty much it. as far as like the ones that I'm currently playing. Like I play, I like obviously like go back and replay games that I've bunch of games that I've played like previously, but like these are like the ones that I haven't played before that I've like finally gotten around to, and yeah, good stuff.
Woo.
All right, who's next?
Yeah.
I also played like that watermelon game that everybody's been playing too.
Oh, the fruit one?
What?
Yeah,
What are you talking
it's
about?
like Suika game.
What?
It's like it's a
idea.
puzzle game that
No
kind of
idea.
is like it's a puzzle game that kind of has like a 2048 type system with fruit where you have to like work your way up to a watermelon. It's stupid addicting, and
All right.
that is also a game I've been playing,
Is it-
but that like just started recently.
Is it like a mobile game or is it?
It's like $3 on Switch.
Yeah, I have no clue. I've never heard of it, but I'll check it out.
It's very addicting. For what
It's
I've
very addicting and it's very fun.
Word.
Brandon, Phil, what have you guys been playing?
I haven't played.
I'll go.
Wait, okay.
Shit.
Go ahead.
No,
I forgot
okay.
who I forgot who introduced themselves next.
Newbie,
so.
go.
So I've been playing nothing but Baldur's Gate 3 for like 2 months now, 3 months now. I've been playing nothing but Baldur's Gate.
I still
It's
have to
so
get that.
long. It's so long. I'm on the final act, and I don't even know if I'm halfway through the final act or not. I don't know. Because, fuck, it's so good. It's so good. It's probably my favorite, I guess, AAA? I don't know how you describe it, but it's my favorite probably game this year currently.
Yeah.
Other than that, I was playing a demo for Turbo Ultrakill. Oh, not Turbo Ultrakill. Turbo Overkill, where it's like kind of like your Ultrakill, like Quake kind of like movement shooter, but you have a chainsaw leg.
Ooh.
That's really cool.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
right?
cool.
Crazy.
I really
Super
want
cool.
to. I haven't yet to play it. I really want to play Ultrakill. I keep
Ultrakill's
wanting
very.
to- Yeah.
Ultrakill's sick.
Yeah,
Ultrakill's
it looks
so
awesome.
cool. And the dev is just a little funny guy. He's
Hell
not
yeah.
little. And he's just a little wacky. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really been. I picked up. I went back to Cyberpunk for a little bit. And then I just before we started, I was like, I'm gonna play the Baldur's Gate, and then I went, oh wait, we have to start soon. So,
Yeah, you don't want
I'm probably gonna do it afterwards because I'm like, I just want to finish this game already. It's so long. It's so
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
And then I have to do like other playthroughs, and I'm like, fuck. Because every route, everything's different, and I'm like, why I failed this choice? Fuck. That's really it. I haven't been playing anything else besides like I don't know nothing's on my phone either. Like no funny wacky phone games. Besides downloading an emulator to play Golden Sun, that was really about it.
Base though.
It's super based.
Golden Sun's great.
Golden Sun is very good. I love Golden Sun. And that's a wrap up on me. That's what I've been playing.
I have been playing. You're not gonna believe what the fuck I've been playing. I am playing one of the oldest MMOs that we have out.
What is it?
Final Fantasy 12.
Fucking Maple Story.
Whoa.
Oh, dude.
That's still around?
Yeah.
I
Yes!
never got into it, so I don't really know. Like,
Yeah, same.
We actually have another friend. We have another friend who plays Maple Story, so I believe you.
word.
Yeah.
I just was like, I wonder how well this game is doing. And they came out with so many classes. I'm like, wait a minute. Nah,
Yeah, it was the Maple Story.
this can't be real.
I think there was a Maple Story guild on in Times Square, like on the big screen. They had a
Oh wait, really?
guild on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like
kind of
recently?
Yeah, recently, like
Oh,
literally
shit.
like 2 weeks ago. It was weird. I was like, what?
That's cool.
From what I know, I think Maple Story got like you know how they made another RuneScape and everyone hated it. I think that happened with Maple Story, where they're like, here's
Yeah, they made a Maple Story. They made a Maple Story 2 in America, and I was so psyched to play it. But unfortunately, because Nexon was Nexoning,
everything sucks.
yeah.
Everything blows.
I mean, granted, when it comes to regular Maple Story, they listen. But when it came to like Maple Story 2, they did not listen whatsoever.
Oh god.
Like people asked for shit, and they were just like, no.
Maybe no.
They even had some nice new classes, but then like, you know. But anyway, I've been playing that. I've also been playing Baldur's Gate a little bit here and there. That game will forever have my heart. Also, you can fuck a bear.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
You
Fuck
can't. I don't think. Yeah. You sure can.
Fuck yeah.
Sure can. That's fun.
Hell yeah.
Bear fucking.
You fucked the bear, didn't you?
No, I didn't even get that part. I don't even know what part that happens in.
You missed out, bro.
You're towards the end. And
If I had a camera on, I would just shrug at you. I'd be like, I don't got nothing. Like, I'm just trying to mess with the emo chick. That's just like.
Okay, that's why. Because if instead of what is it? Freaking Shadowheart, you stay with Halcyon.
I just want to bang Shadowheart, dude. I
I
want the she's, I'm gonna say it, she's a hot elf racist. Like, how can I not?
This is really funny because I was gonna say as a joke, all right, who you smooching in that game, but good to know it naturally came out with everyone talking about it.
Yeah. No, what's really funny is that is my one friend's girlfriend wants Gale, like she loves Gale, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. Nice to meet you. And she's like, I want to have sex with you. And he's like, that's cool, I guess. But every instance with everyone else, like who I know with my other friends who have been like, hey, Gail, nice haircut. And he's like, you know what else would be nice? Your dick in my mouth. And I'm like, that's really weird. I'm not trying to romance you. I'm gonna go. Bye. And like, it's just so weird. I'm just being nice to the guy. I'm like, hey, man, nice. He's like, hey, look at these stars. I'm like, yo, those are really nice. He's like, you know what else would be really nice? And I'm like, Gail, stop.
No, yeah, Gale is like the biggest horn dog, and like the biggest. I'm gonna say the word.
It.
He is the biggest whore out of all the cast.
Yeah, and he's not a bard, which is really funny.
I know. They said, you know, we're gonna make the freaking wizard a freaking horn dog, and also make the freaking warlock boring as all fuck.
I think Will's kind of cool.
No, I mean, like, when it comes to, like, how most of them are, like, usually, like, some sort of, like, dick.
Yeah, man, he's the Blade's frontier, you know? He's demons.
He's the boy.
He's kind of a boy, but demons. And, Baldur's Gate's fun. That's basically, now that we rounded back to it, it's fun. Pete, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? So I've been playing Super Mario RPG.
Yeah,
well, I say been playing. I kind of beat the main story, got everything I could up to that. I did one of the post game boss fights, the post game refights, and then I got absolutely hogwashed by the bomb dude. Post game.
Yeah,
fight.
dude, Punchinello's rematch is brutal.
So I am kind of taking a bit of a break. But it's also because usually when I get to post game, the post game is just kind of like whenever I feel like it type of thing. I'm not like as dedicated like I am with the main story. So the game will kind of chill in my Switch, and I'll pick it up every now and then.
Punchinello's rematch took me a second to realize what I had to do. But like once I figured it out, it was just a matter of strategizing that. The one that really gave me trouble was Johnny's rematch. Oh man.
But so I'm doing that. Super Mario RPG's been really fun. I love the music. Music
so
is as good as it once was.
The fact that Yoko Shimomura added like a whole like second part to the Forest Maze theme, it was just
beautiful. I started playing my first proper run of Final Fantasy X.
Oh.
Because I watched my sister play it when I was younger. So now it's time for me to, as a more patient adult man, to take the reins of a Final Fantasy game that I once viewed. I am enjoying it, mainly for the combat, but the story, the dialogue is as funny as it would be. For example, there's a good moment where Yuna's trying to talk to Tidus right in the early game, and Tidus had just ran in after her to the ceremony thing that he was supposed to do, and they're like, Yuna, don't go over, don't talk to him. He committed a heinous act. It's blasphemy or whatever. And she's like, oh, he's fine. It was my fault anyway. don't be mean to him. And she walks away back towards Titus, and the old man's response is just, oh.
10 sick.
And I'm like,
I forgot all about
that's
that.
what I come for. That's what I come for, It's right there.
That's
that
classic.
And every single time they're just like, I can't wait to go on this adventure. It's gonna be so fun. And Titus goes, but it wasn't fun. In fact.
fact.
Dude, you have the best character in any Final Fantasy game. You get Waka.
And it's so funny because they make him so dead in his voicing of the narration. Like, he's so deadpan every time he chimes in. And yeah, Waka's great too. Waka's great because Lulu will be like, no one will ever replace Chapu, Waka. He's gone forever. And I know you're sad, but no one will ever replace him. And Waka goes, I want to play some ball. Can we play ball? I want to play ball. And I go, please let me play ball with my man Waka, because I want to see why it's so good.
Yeah, then someone looks at Waka's tweets from a couple years ago, and it's like, well, now you're married to Lulu, and that's kind of weird. And he's like, I never meant that, I swear, says Waka.
But it was just a joke.
And then, aside from Mario RPG and Final Fantasy X, last night with some boys, I played a little bit of a game called Lethal Company.
Yeah,
that has been picking up.
Everyone has been wanting me to play that.
I kind of want to play it.
Lethal Company is very fun.
What exactly is that? I never even looked at it.
Yeah, explain it.
As the pertinent person that has just played it last night, it is the hit new multiplayer horror game, mind you, sweeping the nation. For instance, it is a $10 game, and it is currently beating out Call of Duty as a $70 game. So
we like to see that.
So it's.
To be fair, Call of Duty.
I get that, but it's a $10 game.
Wait, is that the game with where you're playing as those hazmat suit people?
Yeah.
Yep,
it's that game.
Yes. So basically, you play as these employees. You're going into a building, and it's essentially Phasmophobia, but way scarier.
I was going to ask, is it like a Phasmophobia type situation?
So you have proximity chat, you have your walkie-talkies. The proximity chat is actually funnier in this one because it includes other sound effects. So there's funny videos online of people finding air horns. My favorite one is someone is blasting an air horn, and this tree giant monster that roams outside the facility you go into and will get you at your ship. Like, if you step outside your ship and he's there, he'll grab you. And they're just blasting this thing, and you see this thing in the distance turn around and start quickly marching towards them, and you just hear he grabs him, you hear as he gets grabbed. It is one of the funniest, terrifying experiences you'll ever have.
That's pretty fun.
I committed to playing it with my friends. I recommend only playing it with friends.
Mm-hmm.
There are mods where you can play with more than 4 people, which is what a bunch of us are trying to do at some point. Because otherwise it is just terrifying. There are shit like hallway-sized spiders that come after you. There's shit like a coil head that works like a Doctor Who Weeping Angel, so if you don't look at it, it comes rapidly towards you.
I don't like that.
It's essentially SCP game as well. Like, it's just a mass of creatures of different acts. So it's very fun. It's very and it's only $10. It's one of those things where the funny most of the time outweighs the scares. Also, perfectly cut screams galore.
I've seen some good stuff out of it.
My only exposure to this game has been a clip of Fidel Games Cage playing it with a couple people, and it's not from his point of view. So from the other people's point of view, you just hear him singing and then immediately transitioning to screaming, and they're like, let's go this way. And I'm like, that's really funny.
It's been really fun. I'll say that. Now again, last night we played from 8 something to 1 a.m. and I only saw a spider once. That was because at one point someone said, one of our other players went, oh, there's a spider that way, and we went, oh, okay, and I went, I'm not going over there, huh? We hit a dead end. We go, okay, to leave, we have to go back that way, and I went, there's a spider over there. While this is going on, our buddy Rob tries to jump, and he falls into a void, and he just falls and dies. And so we see that, and I'm realizing, he was like, oh, if we want to go to this door, we got to get a key. And I go, oh, I think Rob had a key. And I drop my shovel on the ground. I go, let me go ask him. And I jump into the void willingly. Because I'm like, I'm not going near that spider. I don't want to see it. I literally watched so many videos of
It's
these,
literally
of the spiders in the game, just so I
just
can
imagine
try to,
just imagine like a thought bubble appearing over your head, like ding, a way out.
Basically, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Wait a minute.
So yeah, I 100% watched a bunch of videos of the game, specifically where the spider chases people and shit, just to try to get myself more used to it. And I started the game, and immediately the anxiety took over, and I did not want to look at one of those fucking things.
I like to think it's like SpongeBob comes back in from the night shift going, piece of cake.
I even played it in windowed, in a smaller windowed setting, so that it wouldn't be as bad. And again, the anxiety in me just went. The only.
All right, as someone who has also that fear, it can't be that bad.
The only time I've seen the spider in the game was towards the end of our session last night, and I had to make a jump across a gap. Or me and my buddy Jordan did, and I was carrying another friend's body after they had just died. So he goes to make the jump, and I'm right behind him. I'm about to be mid-jump when I hear him go, "Ooh!" And that's when I look up from my aiming perspective to land the jump. I look up, see the spider on the other side of the thing. I go, ah! And then I just fall into the void because I forgot to aim my jump again. I just fell into the void and died with my friend's body in hand. So yeah, I'm absolutely in no way prepared to take on some of the things, but it is very funny. But with that, we've all talked about what we were playing. Let's go on to our first topic today, which is the Twitch lifting the ban on simulcasting.
Yeah, that's fucking huge.
I am honestly shocked that they did that shit.
That feels like one of those
I
things
had
where
no
it's
idea it was a thing. When I thought, because I remember seeing some guy talk about it at TwitchCon. I was like, oh, Twitch and YouTube, that's cool, whatever. And then I saw someone stream later that day on YouTube, and I was like, wait, they only stream on Twitch. What's going on here, pal?
Yeah.
And I went, oh my goodness.
I think Twitch started to see the numbers finally. That the way that they try to gatekeep and corner its creators doesn't really work for it, because people will just leave. They will just go to the competitor platform that is, if anything, just better on algorithm and the divide, and the split of payout.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's a huge thing. I mean, it's gonna do a lot for creators. It's gonna do a lot for even me. I know that I'll probably, the next time I stream, will be on both YouTube and Twitch, so I don't have to choose anymore.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. I'm very excited about what it will mean for streaming. A while ago, streaming was a very open thing. If you wanted to stream, you used one of 4 or 5 different softwares, and you went to one of 3 or 4 different websites to do it, and it slowly got dwindled down as competitors rose higher and higher. So just really mostly Twitch and YouTube, with oh, there's this new one that popped up, and then it doesn't stand a chance because Twitch and YouTube have become so big. So when the divide of who do I stream on became a thing, mainly because of Twitch, YouTube never cared. It was really just Twitch. YouTube would care if they're paying. If you're on contract with YouTube, I'm assuming they definitely still care. But that's a different thing. That's when you've signed contract actively to be a promoted partner by them. Someone like Ludwig or something. But yeah, so it's always been funny that Twitch put the fucking hard foot down and said, hey, if you're streaming with us, it's only with us. And it's well, you've just made this whole thing a lot more the website ain't big enough for the 2 of us scenario. And I'm gonna just go back into the saloon and fucking relax.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this draw. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
really good.
when I heard
mean, at
about
that
this,
point, yeah.
look, I'll mention here, I'm still a very fledgling streamer. I actually am about to hit my first full year. You know, 2023 is wrapping up,
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
I have been streaming basically for the whole year now. And when I heard about that, I'm like, that's actually really cool, because I really didn't know about it, to be honest with you. I always knew Twitch was very strict. That's why I stayed away from it and preferred to stay on YouTube, because I already knew YouTube, so I wanted to just stay with that. But if this gives me another avenue to just spit out stuff, because that's what my streams are currently. You know, I'm just playing games and spitting it out for anyone who wants to watch. Like, I'm not really focused on like trying to become the next Mr. Beast. But
He said it.
I said the man. I'm gonna summon him now. He's gonna give me like 5,000 cards for some reason.
Oh no.
But
What do I do with all these cards, Jimmy?
I don't even,
What do I do, Jimmy?
What have I done?
but the whole point I'm trying to make is, I think this is like one of the most healthy things I've heard from any of these platforms in a long ass fucking time. So it's nice, you know. It's nice to get that every now and then.
It's a big win for all the streamers out there, especially since like when it comes down to it, you have a following on YouTube, then you try to like bring them over to Twitch, but you can get a lot more people on YouTube, because I don't know what it is about Twitch when it comes to users,
Yeah.
but it
It's
just
the
seems like
algorithm.
less
So,
optimal for people.
Twitch's algorithm is just better. So YouTube's algorithm is better for discovery. Twitch's algorithm is better for consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to retain your audience better because of the algorithm. But if you don't have an audience yet, you're not gonna really get one as easily as you would on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
No, yeah, and that's why I always saw a lot of people who said, like, if you want to get into streaming, start a YouTube channel first,
Yeah.
build that following, then go to Twitch.
Now, if
Never start Twitch then YouTube.
I may add something to this, because I am just kind of curious about this.
What's up?
So this is really embarrassing, because I've lost the point I was going to say.
No.
I'm sorry.
You're really freaking hot now, pal.
Yeah, I really.
Oh no!
I started and I was like, "Oh no, what the
Well,
fuck was I about to say? What the fuck was I about?" It might come back to me.
Once it comes.
Where's I
once
going
it
with
comes
this? I had a
back to you-
point.
Once it goes back to you, yeah, I was thinking about transferring because of all the recent like Twitch stuff from a while back. I was like, let me try and stream on YouTube, because I had like a little, not following, right, but like just a couple of people that I knew was like, oh, Phil's streaming late at night. Oh my god, let me go watch him for a couple of hours. And I was like, oh, what do I do? Like I could just stream on YouTube because the discovery's a little bit better. I could just be up randomly, throw it on, and someone would be like, hey, look at this random guy. And now that there's a simulcasting, that's really cool, because you could just do both. I know it kinda sucks that you can't see both chats, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
Depending on if you're using like OBS or Streamlabs OBS or whatever Streamlabs is called now. I'm old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously that part to me, I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks, because like, what if you're not paying attention to someone asking another question or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But it makes sense, because you can't. I mean, you could try to pay attention to both, but like try to play a game and pay attention to one chat alone is already difficult. Try to imagine two.
You could literally pull up your stream on like YouTube and have the chat there.
But what if I can't? But what if my processor power is terrible? Answer me that. They strangle you.
Just means you need a better computer.
I think.
Then you shouldn't be streaming.
What?
Wait, you know what?
Don't
you
make
know
me
what,
stick
Phil?
my finger in your mouth, Pete.
You know what? You know what, Phil? Summon Mr. Beast. Have him give you a computer.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Also,
Well, make sure you summon him in defense mode, because if you don't, he's gonna give you another 50,000 cars.
Mine crushed at 50,000 cards.
I got that one.
Don't you ever talk. Yeah, me and Lucas are card game players.
I
Don't
got
you
that
ever.
one.
Don't you ever.
But
God.
I also I remembered what I was going to say, everyone.
He's done it.
Oh, nice. What was it?
Because I was
done
gonna
it.
mention, you were talking about like the two platforms and how like one, like you said Twitch was more better for consistency rather than YouTube was just for output, right? Because
YouTube is better for discovery.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Twitch is better for
because
consistency.
for me, and this is a very for me thing, and I want to see what you guys think about it. I also just think YouTube as a platform is way easier for someone to use, because I'll be honest with you, I try and use Twitch. I don't like using Twitch. It's just like casually as a viewer is what I'm saying. It's like there's so much shit. Like it's a little harder to just jump into something on Twitch than like YouTube.
YouTube has a much more user-friendly interface.
Yeah. Even on on phone, I think YouTube's is a lot easier to navigate than it is.
Especially on phone.
Oh, 100%.
I like actively hate how Twitch's UI is on phone.
I tried that once. I was like, no.
The thing with Twitch, so YouTube has had years starting out as a different type of platform entirely. You know what I mean? Where like it's always been like for video uploading, but it was just for casual video uploading, and then it slowly became more of a thing that you could make money through, and then they added these new features, and new feature after new feature, and eventually it got to where it is now. So it has time to add a feature, and everyone, of course, and if you look back, every time a new feature's been added, people hate where it is in the layout, people hate how it looks initially, like it's a tale as old as time with YouTube, but then they refine it, because they're not going to get rid of it. They refine whatever the new feature is, and eventually we just kind of cope and seethe and deal with it. Like the shorts being intensely invasive on my homepage.
Yeah. YouTube literally just forces us to adapt.
Oh, yeah.
But,
oh, yeah. Like, I really do hate the fact that shorts are, like, first thing on my...
Yeah.
on my phone or even on my freaking...
on the fucking homepage. It's, like, insanely aggressive.
Like,
not only top billing, but like they show more like down the road. They like interrupt your stuff. So if you like scroll down far enough, they go, "Hey, here's more shorts," and I go, "Fuck off, go away,
dude." I don't want to talk about that.
So what I specifically hate is on the phone, you'll be watching a YouTube video, then right underneath you may want to go to the comments. Right underneath the comments,
and then
dude, I love to hate shorts because like I'll go through a short. And then like 5 hours are gone, and I'm like, "What happened?"
That's why.
I know.
I don't like consuming it. Like I don't like consuming shit like that. It's just like, but I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. That's the worst part. Like,
I think we all.
Yeah. It sucks.
I mean,
definitely.
It's human nature.
Done it.
You know.
It is human.
Oh no,
but...
guys, Ant is in here, and my psychobabble's coming out very soon.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm uninhibited. No, but the thing is, short form content is. A mess to human. Like we already have draining attention spans, but short form content really like kicking off with TikTok, because Vine existed, but it had its time in the sun, and then it just kind of died. And then the only way we watch Vines was in long form compilation. So it wasn't as bad. But now that TikTok came back in with that shit, we got more short form content that made it so popular that YouTube went our turn, and Instagram went our turn, and so now there's short form content everywhere, and it's just becoming a nuisance, almost a tumor on humanity's brains.
Can I say like the biggest thing that bothers me?
Can't get away from it.
About it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
no, you're good.
This is a minor thing. It's not like a whole conversation topic. The biggest thing that annoys me, I mean, besides the fact that I'm an artiste and I prefer long form content and not consuming short form content. Besides bullshit like that, why the fuck can't you rewind them?
Yeah,
I hate that.
Some you can, some you can't.
That's the thing. Yeah, some you can, some you can't, and that's even worse.
Fair.
Also, it depends on what platform you're on, because if you're using it on the phone, it's easy to just rewind it.
I think,
but if it's on like the
Facebook,
regular website,
on Facebook,
good luck.
Like website, if you're looking at a reel on Facebook on your computer, you can pretty easily rewind it.
Yeah.
I think there's like
I think it's starting to be like that.
Yeah, because I just think to me that's such like why that's such a useful feature. What's the point of removing that?
Or adding it or not having it, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I think when it comes to like, so I also enjoy watching 4-hour videos, 1-hour videos, or 30-minute videos, right? And I also don't mind the shorts as long as it's like, you know, not monotonous. You know, your typical like Family Guy clip thing with like Subway Surfer on it.
Yo, Family Guy funny moments?
Family Guy funny moments. But I also don't think like that one thing has made people's like attention spans like
no,
smaller.
it's not.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's not
I'll
one thing.
spend a few hours going through shorts and stuff, but it doesn't really affect my attention span because I still watch a fucking 4-hour Critical Role
exactly.
episode
It's
every
not.
week, you know?
it's not the one thing. I didn't mean it to come off that way.
Yeah,
no, of course,
it's
just adding on.
It's the last drop of Juliet's poison.
What?
It's literally
What?
it's literally the final note of the whole thing, really, when it comes to attention span, because we've had this in society for a while. I mean, everything has been trying to capture our draining attention spans for a long time. And even if you can watch a 4-hour video or you can watch a video, the issue is when you spend hours sitting there watching short form content. It's not that your attention span is so little that you can't keep watching something like that. It's that your attention span is so little that you can't pull yourself away from a 6-second video after 6-second video after 6-second video. Because technically, you're spending the same amount of time watching a 3-hour video as you are spending 3 hours watching a bunch of small short videos. That's the issue at hand. It's kind of just the way media is now. There's really no helping it. Like, I can be an old man yelling at clouds all I want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to tell you. I was going to say that you are either. It's just the advancements in certain things, because 10 years ago, 10 years ago back then, 10 years ago now, and hell, all of I mean, I'm not going to speak for the four people in here, but three, it's since the world shut down. I don't want to bring it up, but the concept of time's all fucked.
It's true, yeah.
I even I was like, man, I kind of hate that I've been kind of like this in my 20s, and I realized that half of my 20s stopped at one point, and now I'm 28, and I'm like, what happened? But
I feel like 2020, I just kind of blank it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, but yeah, no, it's just things are just I don't want to say different or a little different, but. From that,
let me circle back all the way around to what I was trying to say before we got on the short form tangent, which is I was talking about the UI of the platforms.
Right.
So YouTube integrated feature, blah blah blah. Twitch, unlike YouTube, has been focused from day one on streaming, and all of its innovations were pointed towards live streaming and having interactive audience for the streamer. And that alone has turned it into kind of a mess of bits and emotes and hype trains and subscriptions versus follows. And you can have people donate to you on Twitch, or you can just have an external donation, which is usually better anyway. And it's just a whole lot of stuff to look at that even on a phone app you cannot perfectly dwindled down into a natural looking setup.
And hell, I'm even a big fan of some of the features, gambas and all that nonsense. But when you can't see, when you have your phone sideways, obviously it's oh, well, what's going on? And you double tap it, you're like, whoa, what's all this? And sometimes it doesn't even work.
Yeah.
They have the little claim thing where you could claim channel points, and sometimes on phone it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I know it's not that big of a deal, but it's come on, that should just work. Just press the button.
So again, to reiterate, I think the Twitch lifting the ban on simulcast is going to do a lot, because it's going to let everyone kind of have a nice open field of streaming again, as opposed to having to pick one or the other. So it's going to create a lot more successful creators and more creative endeavors for people, and I think that's going to be great just in general. With that, let's move on to our next topic for this podcast. The Them's Fighting Herds drama. I have no knowledge of this, so
I will take over from here.
Kind of the ones that know.
All right, so for those who are unaware, Them's Fighting Herds is a My Little Pony inspired fighting game that came out a few years ago. It initially started as a My Little Pony fan game, and then they got a cease and desist. But then came back with, fuck you, we'll just get the actual show creator to make designs for us and make it our own thing. And they did. And it's great. And it's a lot of fun. I like the game a lot. They earlier, I think in August, they announced the next character, the third DLC character, Nidra, and promised her out by 2023. Well, they just announced that they have not only delayed Nidra to 2024, but also will debuting the 4th and final Season 1 Pass character the same day. Like, they're both dropping the same day. And then after that, they're done. And I don't mean done with, like, DLC. I mean done with, like, the game.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to add a Season 2, despite the fact that they kind of... A lot of people expected it. They're not going to like make any major changes or anything. And the biggest upset and the reason why most people are so upset is they're not finishing story mode after promising they would.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
And that's the big heavy hitter because for those of you who don't know, Them's Fighting Herds has one of the coolest story modes in any fighting game I've ever seen because it's a fucking RPG. They literally made story mode an RPG, and the battle system is the fighting game. And that's really cool. And they were going to have a chapter for each of the initial 6 roster characters. They released one of them, promised more, and we now got the news that they're not doing that. Despite the fact, and this is another thing, despite the fact that the story's done. Like, it's written, it's, like, scripted and shit. All they had to do is program it. So, like...
It's lame.
People are... And even Lauren Faust, creator of My Little Pony, and who did all these character designs, was like, so are you guys going to release this as, like, a comic or a show or something?
No.
And it's like even she's upset about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, this was something that, like... This was, like, one of the main draws of this game was this really cool RPG-like story mode. And after the announcement that they are ceasing all development after the final update with the last 2 DLC characters, people started review bombing it. They started giving it negative reviews despite having, 300 hours of playtime. And a lot of people have even demanded refunds.
I mean, to be fair,
fair.
It's fair for them to actually get a refund because it's like, here's the thing. As a game, it's unfinished. You paid for an unfinished
I'm not saying
product.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't demand the refund. I agree with that. I just think it sucks that it had to come to that point.
Yeah, it really does
suck. I fucking love this game, and I am still going to enjoy the final 2 DLC characters when they come out, but I still feel kind of robbed that the main draw is not happening anymore. It's kind of like fucking Overwatch 2 with their story mode, that's also not happening.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of shitty situation.
Like, also too, Look, I'll be honest with you. I haven't really followed this game at all. I've just seen bits of it, and like from what I've seen, it's cool what they did with it. How they made it its own thing, and like the animations are great, the designs are great. I love it. But wasn't this like funded on like Kickstarter or Indiegogo or something? And that was like one of the promises because that's what I was reading at first.
Yes. Yeah. It was a huge Kickstarter thing,
that's
and
an
like
issue to me.
And like they reached the stretch goal of a full campaign. And now they're not doing the full campaign. And it's like, bro, not only did you promise that, we paid you to do it.
I'm empathetic. I'm always empathetic towards, like, animation artists or just artistry in general. I get that. But you did promise that, and people did put money down. So, unfortunately, while I want to give benefit of the doubt, it's hard for me to do that. Like,
funny.
I've seen a couple of people blame Modus because they ended up like having Modus develop the game, and people saying or starting to blame them for this and being like, oh, it's because of their thing, whatever, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you realize that without Modus, the game wouldn't have fucking happened, right?
Yeah,
it's. I don't think that's where the blame should be placed.
It's a sucky thing all around.
Yeah. That actually reminds me of the stuff with what was the game that Lab Zero made? I was gonna say Invincible. It's not Invincible. It's not the comic. Indivisible. Yeah, that's the stuff. What happened with all the Mike Z stuff?
Oh god.
Yeah.
And they were like, all these characters just are not coming out. And I'm like, yikes! That kind of sucks.
It's another unfortunate circumstance where it's like, I love that game. I think it's great.
That game's sick.
But also like, God damn it, we're robbed.
Yeah, I actually didn't know.
I hate this happening to games I like. It happened with that. It happened with this. Fuck. I
actually didn't know that them Fighting Herds had a campaign like that because Indivisible, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus I think also had like an RPG element
Yes,
that was like,
it did.
but you played the
It
fighting
did.
game, which is also really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
that
with
sucks.
Grand Blue Fantasy, it was very the thing. The main difference was that with Grand Blue Fantasy, it was like fighting. It was like RPG elements, but it was still like story progression fighting game. Whereas in them's fighting herds, there was a full like RPG overworld with like 16-bit sprites and shit. Like it was
cool.
in depth. It felt like a completely different game. It was awesome, and I loved it. Which is why everyone was so excited for the story mode, and now it's not happening, and it's like that's like one of the coolest parts of the entire game, and it really sucks that like we won't see more of it. We won't get to play as other characters' perspectives and stories. We won't even get to see how the plot finishes unless they do decide to make it like a comic or webtoon or whatever.
They should.
They should. They should. I mean, fucking, it worked for Skullgirls. Skullgirls put out a webtoon for like lore and shit, and that was doing really good.
Did they did they say why, or they were just like, we just not doing it?
They haven't given a reason.
Oh,
which is kind of the crazy.
They literally just announced it and said, "Hey, so you know how we just said there's gonna be more shit? We lied."
Yeah, that's another thing that I think is like one of the worst parts about it is that like they really didn't give a concrete reason why.
Unfortunately, it just to me kind of sounds like a case where over-ambition honestly couldn't have been met, which sucks. That's what it sounds like to me, at least, where it's like they probably really wanted to do that, but due to the way our world is, due to what has gone on in our world financially over the past few years, it was probably just an unfortunate their hands were tied. I'm not saying I approve of them not doing it, but I'm just saying I'd imagine it was something like that. Obviously, I'm not an insider. I don't fucking know. But that's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, it just seems like the most likely reason. But again, we don't know what happened.
But it's also still like fucked up because people put money.
No, it's fucking shitty. It sucks.
No one wins here. That's the worst part. No one wins.
Yeah, nobody wins.
Yeah.
It's extremely unfortunate because, especially for someone like me who's been following this game ever since it was fucking My Little Pony Fighting Is Magic, you know? Like, I've been following this game since the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, so it really sucks.
I do remember when that was announced, and then the like seasons happened, and then they made them fighting herds. And by the way, game has also really good netcode too, which is also very funny. Yeah. And everyone's like, why does this stupid pony game have amazing netcode? I'm like, I don't know, because it's made by good people. Stop thinking about
just
it. Like,
a really fucking
game.
good
it's actually
kind
of sick. Yeah,
it's just a really fucking good game.
Do you know what had a very similar thing with that too?
What?
That Among Us fighting game they made like a year or so back. It's like
They made an Among Us fighting game?
It's not an official one. It's a fan one.
Okay.
But it's also apparently like really good. Like technically, it's really fun. Like it's really well made.
I think there's a Torque Infinite. Or like, no way.
Yeah, there is.
It's really
amazing.
Stupid.
Yeah. That just goes to show like the ingenuity of like small developers and stuff too. Like it's nice.
Are we anything else on them fighting?
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, I think we've kind of said.
I'm sad.
As per usual with gaming, because like it's constantly we're at war with people promising things and just not delivering. It's a constant thing with games nowadays. People want to make a game and then they go, never mind, we can't make it. Sorry, we changed our minds.
Which is why
it's sad because like. They were the ones that got so many companies into getting rollback.
Fighters is doing its open beta rollback this weekend, I think.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it happened.
Yeah, like
I thought I was gonna die before they got rollback.
I thought I was gonna retire.
It's sick.
I don't want to go too much tangent here because we got to move on to the next topic. But I can't believe Fighters is like not making characters anymore because I honestly feel like that's like one of the few games that could go on forever, and I don't think anyone.
They're gonna just make a second game. Come on, you know.
I know.
They're just gonna make a second game.
Hold on. Tenkaichi 4 is coming, so we'll...
That's true.
Whenever we hear about that.
Watch that game get rollback immediately.
Frame 1 rollback. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic.
So how are we doing this part?
Hold on. This will be our final topic for now. So let's go into... We're going to talk about the Game Awards.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about the nominees, or are we talking about...
Okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, they haven't... Well, it hasn't happened yet, so...
Peter, speak!
Yeah, let me moderate.
Okay.
Let me moderate this one. It's a minefield, as you've blatantly pointed out, Phil.
I don't know how we're talking about it.
So let me moderate. So let's first and foremost, does anyone have anything mean to say? No, does anyone have any nominations, any games that they thought should have been nominated that weren't? Any snubs to them?
Final Fantasy 16.
Steve,
hold on.
Steve, my friend is in the same boat as you. He's kind of tight.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Steve.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you, it is my favorite game out of all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
It is my favorite game. But it got half of Square Enix's total nominations across the board. So while I do think it deserved a Game of the Year nomination...
But it's Square's only game.
Well, no, because Square Enix got 8 nominations total, and only 4 of them are FF16.
Yeah.
Can I hop in, please, really quick?
Sure, you can hop in.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Lucas here. My internet name is Palpop, and if you check out my
local
channel,
funny man.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Local funny man.
On my channel, I talked about a very specific game that, while it did get a good amount of noms, I still think it was. I truly, and I'm biased. I'll be completely. What I'm saying here, I'm biased. I get it. I don't care.
Say it.
Why the fuck isn't Hi-Fi Rush nominated for Game of the Year?
Yeah, that's kind of whack.
The
that
same level
sick.
of nominations as Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Wonder did.
That game is really, really
Resident
good.
Evil 4 only got. I love Resident Evil 4 remake. It's fucking awesome. It only got like 3 noms. Why is that there? Like, I don't. Money.
Can
probably,
I tell you?
And also, I'm sorry.
Honestly,
I want to just say really
listen,
quick. I forgot to ask this beforehand. I am a person who I think award shows are bullshit. I kind of am just. I watch these for fun, honestly. But like,
I watch them for new game announcements and nothing else.
I do too. But like, I
don't
like
care about the awards.
I do like to have fun with it. But like, this is one case where I need to be real and just say, Hi-Fi Rush is a game that made me love games again, and like made me hopeful for the future of fucking video games. So like, I think it's a travesty that it's not nominated for Game of the Year.
I have two things to say now, Lucas.
Okay.
After what you just said.
You're up.
I have 2 things to say. One is if you want to get another opinion on how Game Awards suck and what the and how I feel about them and how Ant feels about them. You can go watch one of our old episodes of Megasonic of Asura.
Oh no!
Over on the Megasonic forum.
You can't say
no,
that.
I don't have the videos up right now,
that.
but maybe I'll put them back up again. They kind of do like a rotation around the sun thing, where every now and then I unprivate them. And if you happen to go on the channel at the right time, oh shit, jump scare.
That's really funny.
But I just felt like pointing that out. But then the second thing I'll say is, I'm gonna be very blatantly honest with you, Lucas. And try to give you a perspective on why Hi-Fi Rush didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. Not in a it's bad. Like I loved Hi-Fi Rush. I really did. I adored the game when I played it. Can I tell you? I forgot it came out in the past year, and it
came out at the beginning. It feels more. Hold on. It feels more. I agree with you on that because obviously it was the Flash announcement thing. I get that because it came out in January. But to me, that feels more worthy because it didn't come out in the last month of this year like Spider-Man, Mario Wonder.
I agree to the sentiment. I just think that there's a situation here where by looking at 2023 was a stat.
Oh yeah, that is important to note. This year was fucking insane.
So I think them looking at the list, they absolutely went with the ones being talked about right now, and a Hi-Fi Rush is just not happening.
Well, you know what, Pete? I think your brain is stinky.
Oh,
I think your memory.
My thing is,
bad.
and like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love both Spider-Man 2 and Mario Wonder. I think they are both incredible games, and I love them to death. I have always been against games that come out like a week before the nominations getting nominated.
I agree with you.
I've always hated
this
that.
This is also for movies
because it's not
too.
fair.
For
it's like
too.
they just fucking came out.
Yeah.
Like that's
agree.
not fair because you're not
fully
giving
agree
a
with
chance
that
to earlier games.
Yeah,
you know.
100%.
That stuff sucks. It happens in movies too.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Also again, I haven't played it yet, but I've heard great things, and I have 100% faith. I haven't played Alan Wake 2 yet, but that also came out.
I was just thinking the same thing. I heard that Alan Wake 2 is apparently really sick.
I mean, I loved Alan
Wake 2 is apparently really good, but it just
came out.
I know
it's
it
just like
just
to me,
came
it's like
out.
not. It's like so lame. Also, and now the other part I did want to add, and this is if this gets y'all heated, I'm sorry, but I just have to be honest with myself.
I'll strangle you.
I don't like Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh no, that's fine. I think Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild 2, I think is
okay.
AIDS, and I think it's bad.
I don't like I'm not a Zelda person, so I'm not the best
I don't like
person,
Tears
but
of the
I
Kingdom
really
either.
don't like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the
I don't
Kingdom.
think. Listen, I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it needs to be like this grandiose. When Breath of the Wild came out,
That's
it
different.
was a
Yeah.
really
I can understand.
it was a new direction
I can understand
for Zelda.
that.
It was
Breath of the Wild
right,
type. I
this
can understand
massive
more.
thing.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
I'm
Tears of the
sorry
Kingdom,
for you
right.
charge $70 for what is almost the same game.
But you can build
No.
things.
Can I just say this? Can I just say this? As a person like you who does not like Tears of the Kingdom, I understand the hype behind it, but at the same time, how can you not tell me that all couldn't have been DLC?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that.
How
Especially
could
when the
you
Breath of
not?
the Wild DLC was kind of eh.
Exactly.
It had
The
DLC.
only thing holding it back from being a DLC was the bigger story that Tears of the Kingdom had, which, by the way, has like
it's the same
barely
thing.
any connection to Breath of the Wild at all.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it's so funny.
where's the
Sick.
Sheikah technology?
Could
What
you-
happened?
Bro, could
yeah,
you?
I think they were so focused on programming a new Zelda game that they just kind of went back to philosophy of each new Zelda game is like separate and forgot that this is a sequel.
Sequel, yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
could you imagine spending $70 on Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts? I'd be mad as hell. I'd be so mad.
I feel like if they didn't make this game a sequel to Breath of the Wild, if they just tried to use the foundations of like what Sonic is about to do with Frontiers, had they said Frontiers is a foundation for more games coming out,
Mhm.
like if they just used Breath of the Wild as like, hey, here's how we're gonna try to do Zelda, because listen, the first NES Zelda game was pretty much an open world NES game. You know what I mean? You can go to any dungeon you wanted.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a grandiose revisit of like, look, you can really go anywhere. So it's like, okay, use that basis and make whatever Zelda game you want to make. But by calling it a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild and saying this is the same Hyrule, you're letting everyone down when it just kind of isn't the same Hyrule because there's nothing from the first game like.
If you
actively
want,
in it
if you
beyond,
want my,
you know.
if you want my hot take about Breath of the Wild
Ooh,
and Tears of
hot
the
takes.
Kingdom,
I
and
like hot
specifically
takes.
just Breath of the Wild in general, I think Nintendo should have just doubled down and said, "Oh, Breath of the Wild's a reboot."
Sure, fuck
They
it.
should have just doubled
That's
down
pretty
and
good.
called it a
I
reboot.
like
It basically
Yeah.
is, but like I agree with you on that.
It is.
I-
It basically is. But I think that I guarantee, I can almost guarantee that it was supposed to be a reboot of the franchise, but because of the negative stipulation that reboots tend to have, they double back on it.
Yeah.
And then they said sequel
But-
because that hype, because Breath of the Wild did so well that they were like, oh, let's make a sequel, despite the fact that Tears of the Kingdom barely has anything to do with Breath of the Wild, aside from having the same character models and same map.
If I can add another thing to this too, just because like I don't want to be fully like flinging fists at this game, because again, this is coming from a place of bias. Look, I'm a person who was like constantly dunked on growing up for like, why don't you like Zelda? Oh, I guess your game opinion sucks and you don't like Zelda games. And I'm just like, and that definitely is part of it, but at the same time, I genuinely look. I've tried playing Breath of the Wild. I'm like, I hate this. Like, and also the other petty thing I will say, I am still not a fan of its art style. I think it looks fucking gross. But that is the petty thing I have to say for that.
See, it's funny for me because
I mean, there are,
I have never liked the 3D Zelda games, like ever. I've never enjoyed them. I don't think they play well or control well or like any of them, which is why I liked Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom from a gameplay standpoint, because they didn't play like that. And I'm like, oh, cool, this is something different and like not these clunky, weird Zelda
only-
controls that
I
I
have one-
already hate.
I would like-
That being said, I still don't think that I still don't love these games, but I like them more than the previous 3D Zeldas.
I also
That being said, can I just say
Sure,
one
no,
thing
go,
real
go,
quick?
go.
I do think
No.
in terms of current Zelda, I think it's high time we got a new Toon Link game.
I was going to add,
Yeah,
because
dude.
of
Wait,
all of the
Wind
Zelda
Waker
stuff,
is the best.
all of the Zelda
Yeah.
stuff I've experienced growing up and playing on my own accord, Wind Waker is the one I liked.
Wind Waker's amazing.
Wind Waker's
I
the
can't
best.
believe they haven't brought it to Switch
Yeah,
yet.
Wind Waker is the one I liked, and I like the 2D. I think the 2D
mean,
ones are
to
really
be
charming
fair-
too. Like I
Yeah.
just,
I mean,
they're just not my jam.
to
for
be
the most
fair
part.
about Wind Waker, I think it was just that I think Wind Waker was done so differently at the time compared to like every other freaking Zelda, and it actually had the charm with the chibiness, with the cartooniness that like
which is hilarious
people
because
love
at
it.
the time everyone was furious.
But from a gameplay standpoint, it's still kind of the same.
I mean, yeah, but the same can be said for like all religions, right? It's like every 5 years, every 5 years.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Because like every 5 years, someone goes, "Hey guys, was this Zelda game actually that bad?" And everyone goes, "Oh my god, it actually was really good." Meanwhile, people who have been saying it's been good for the last 10 years go, "Yeah."
I was just saying from the history.
Dude, you can apply that to any franchise ever and it'd be true.
I was just saying from the history of Wind Waker, because remember when Wind Waker came out, that was like a hot topic because everyone was expecting like an Ocarina style game because of the tech demos for the GameCube. So when they revealed that, everyone was pissed about it. But then they played it like,
boo, Wind Waker, boo, Stinky, not Wind Waker, boo. No, I'm defending the whole game. Boo, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, big plus.
Listen, don't get me started on Ocarina.
I'm not a big fan of this Zelda game. But not the Zelda game you and I talk about.
It's funny because like the Zelda games I like are like, you know, Link to the Past, Minish Cap, the original, like, you know, Link Between Worlds, Link's Awakening, you know, the not 3D ones.
Link in the Four Swords?
Yeah, Link in the Faces of Evil.
Four Swords,
You know what Link Four Swords.
With me, much like with Mario, everything of my taste for the games is completely cherry picked. It's one game, like okay, Mario, Galaxy 3D World. That's pretty much it. And then
3D World,
and then of course like your Mario RPG, right? You know, Legend of Zelda, your Wind Waker. I enjoyed one singular run of Breath of the Wild and then never again. Just very cherry picked because I did not grow up a Nintendo guy.
Oh, word.
And I owned a GameCube, and the first game I owned in it was Sonic Riders. I was not I was never a Nintendo guy.
Wow, what a wild game to own.
I love those. Such
a good game to own.
Anyway, back to moderating, back to the Game Awards.
Okay.
So we talked about a bit of the flubs. Let's talk about some of the stuff that we loved to see. I'll start FF16, my beloved, getting Best Score nomination. Get Ben Starr getting Best Performance nomination.
Here's the thing about that one.
Yeah.
Between Ben Starr as Clive Rosfield and Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker, I'm very torn. I don't know which performance I like more.
I'm going to Ben Starr. I've heard Yuri Lowenthal before. Ben Starr's my man.
Yes, but like Yuri killed it in Spider-Man 2. Especially with the symbiote shit.
Ben Starr made me cry, Steven.
No,
Ben Starr made me cry.
Trust me, I get it. Trust me, I know.
Steve, use your full name.
Here's the thing. I will say this. Ben Starr, out of the two of them, out of Yuri Lowenthal and Ben Starr, people have wanted Ben Starr to not voice Clive, but read their thirsty tweets as Clive. Can you say the same thing about Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker?
I'm also just such a huge Yuri Lowenthal fan in general.
I know you are.
You know.
Can I just say about Ben Starr as well? About Ben Starr's Clive. Ben Starr's Clive had every chance to be generic. Oh, here I am. Oh, Jill, I'm running into the entire time.
Yeah.
He had the chance of the entire game, but the moments where he breaks, the moments where he's yelling out, like, "What do you want from me?
Fucking
Stay away from my brother!" That shit is so powerful.
I got such chills in that opening
I get goosebumps every time.
Dude.
I've played the game 3 times. I get goosebumps every time.
I still remember when I played it at Steve's house.
Yep.
The "I'll kill you" got me so bad.
Fucking kill you!
It's such a guttural, genuine, sorrow in his voice that I'm just like, holy shit! It's so good.
It has every chance to be overly dramatic and cheesy, but it nails the fine line perfectly.
Yeah.
Where I just feel it. Not only that, but please, for the love of God, I'm not going to say anything specific, but please, for the love of God, if you haven't played FF16, please find a way to play it, whether you got to play it at a friend's house because they have a PS5, or you find yourself with a PS5 for Christmas this year. Make sure the first game you get on it is FF16 and play it. It is so fucking great. It is so fantastic. And the point I'm saying is the end of the game, no specifics, of course. The end of the game, Ben Starr gives one of the best. I'm almost tearing up talking about it right now. He gives one of the best, most emotional, heart-wrenching performances I have ever seen in any media I've consumed. Yep. It was, oh my God, it's beautiful. So Godspeed. And also real quick, best composition. Also, I really wanted to win, specifically because my man Soken is the best. Soken these nuts.
Okay. All right, get him out of here.
Soken
get him
is
out.
God.
All right.
When it comes to music, Soken
shout outs
is
to
God.
the runner-up for best performance, Neil Newbin. He's a Starion, and I think that's really cool. Peter's over here like, yeah, this guy put so much emotion in it. This guy just wanted to suck my blood, and I'm like, yeah, that guy's cool.
I feel bad that Astarion is up against like some.
They are,
really
but he does a really
competition.
good job too as Astarion. I don't know what else he's in.
He
Anyone
does,
else
he does.
have
Can I-
any,
yeah, can I-
like major? No.
Can I contribute
Yeah, I
to
have
more,
one too,
for
but
more
go
dick
ahead
riding
with
really
this.
quick?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, thanks, bud. So obviously I'm dick riding Hi-Fi Rush hard. I'm still going to, but unfortunately I think it's gonna get fucking. Well, first and foremost, it's nominated for art direction, which I think it should fucking win. And if Tears of the Kingdom wins over it, I'm gonna fucking be the most unhappy person to be around for a while.
That's fair.
It's nominated for score and music. I don't think it's going to win it because it's everything else is nominated against. I'm like, oh, it's fucked, which is a shame because its score and music is really good. I think it should win for audio design because of the technical aspects of that game with its audio. You really should look into the actual technical aspects of Hi-Fi Rush's audio. It's fucking insane. It's insanity what they've done with that game.
I will.
Isn't it also nominated for accessibility?
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that's also big for that game too, is that they made it so it's like, even if you're not great with rhythm games, you can still play it. Like, I really appreciate that. But also, I will add, in innovation and accessibility, Mortal Kombat 1 is there, and I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I haven't.
Where they have the text, they have the descriptive audio, literally described fatalities to the player.
What?
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck.
It's awesome.
What?
It's sick.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it's great.
So despite like of course our gripes with some of the nominees, but even what Lucas said, like seeing Hi-Fi Rush go against some big competition is like and I think that's good, right? Because that's like crazy. That means like some video games this year have been like bangers.
Yeah, no,
like,
this has been.
I mean, I'm.
The year is stacked, bro.
Big year for
I'm just saying, like, if Sea of Stars is nominated for best indie game, and if that doesn't win, I'm going to be extremely unpleasant.
But wait,
because that is like not only my favorite indie game this year. That's one of my favorite indie games I've played like in the past fucking decade.
That is a great segue, Steve, to something specific we should talk about.
Okay.
The huge controversy surrounding Dave the Diver in the indie category when it is not an indie game.
Oh, is it not? I know nothing about that game.
No.
I don't know anything
Dave
about
the
it.
Diver, there's been a huge outcry. Dave the Diver, while the developers listed for it are Mint Rocket. Yeah, so the thing is, Dave the Diver, I believe, is made by a I'm looking up specifically the dev team right now. Is made specifically by actually a large, not indie dev team. I think out of Korea.
I didn't know about this.
Nexon.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Bringing it back around.
God.
It's Nexon.
Bringing it back around to Nexon.
So publishers are Mint Rocket and Nexon. And so you look at Mint Rocket and you think that sounds like an indie company, yeah. But no, it's
But then you look at Nexon,
yeah.
then like you go like the
Bro, we were just talking about MapleStory earlier.
And it's
Best
very
independent
much
game. There we
not.
go.
It's very much not a indie game in that way. And recently, while people were like, "Hey, what the fuck is this here?" Jeff went, "Hey, well the independent the term independent game has kind of changed and become a much more open definition for anything, and it's like, oh, I guess independent game means made by a massive company now, so that's fun."
Oh, don't hold on. While we're on the subject of stuff that baffles me, why it's there? Why is Cyberpunk 2077 nominated for best ongoing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Best ongoing. That's
because
wild.
there's not
Is
a
it
category for best revival.
Ooh.
No, No, yeah, that's true. The issue that I have
True.
is there's no category for best DLC. If
Yeah,
there was,
that's what I thought too.
it would be there for Phantom Liberty.
Yeah,
that's what I
but
thought
it
too.
isn't.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
counting the DLC that just came out as ongoing.
No, but here's the thing. So that means screw Apex, screw freaking what was it, Fortnite?
Hell yeah.
Fortnite.
Screw all
Good.
the places, all the other games. Like everyone's calling it like, well, they did so much. It's like it's not the same. What they did was they fixed the problems that the game had.
I almost fucking spat everywhere at Fortnite.
Did you? Okay, same. I mean, like, to be fair, Final Fantasy 14 is going to win anyway, so I don't know why we're having a problem.
It's gotta go.
I don't.
it's gotta
gonna
go
win
I
anyway.
don't know.
But I
I
love
don't
Final
care-
Fantasy 14.
I don't
and
care
that's okay.
who wins. I just want to see Hoyoverse lose.
They always lose. They always lost.
It's also funny.
They
It's
always
also funny
lost to
because
14.
It's also funny because Hoyoverse fans always go in on trying to get people to vote so that they get
it's so
a
annoying.
shred of
a
reward
crumb
so
of
in the
annoying.
game.
a crumb of gotcha currency.
A crumb of gotcha currency that doesn't even net
Yep.
them like a good pull.
I mean, like, rates in that game are
It
bad
doesn't even
anyway.
net them one pull.
Uh,
Usually it's just like, oh, we'll give you like 100 freaking.
So,
whatever.
Say what you want about Hoyoverse though, but like there is like a new one coming out that has like some like really fucking good animation and cutscenes.
The animation
Zenless-
is
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's great. I'm sure it's
Zenless
awesome.
Zero.
I don't really care personally, but I'm sure.
that's fine.
No, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Say what you want about
Yeah,
it, but like,
like-
hey, the animation's
So,
fucking
I
stellar.
Sure, I
saw-
guess.
I actually just saw a tweet that was like, if MiHoYo fucking put money into a 50 to 60 hour long RPG with this level of like effort and animation in it, it would be compared. They would be compared up there with Square Enix.
Yeah, and just remove the gotcha
They
shit.
would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they made a standard,
That's why they said a 50, 60 hour long
Yeah.
RPG.
Peter,
like
on that,
just a standard.
if Hoyoverse made a standalone game that they released for like $60, I would not be as hard on them on it. But
Right.
that's not what they do. They make gotcha games just to farm money off of people, and it's just anime bullshit that I'm just like, I'm good.
I mean, it's a Chinese company, and it's easier to make
I
money
know.
off of the Chinese.
Okay, I'm
company
glad that someone said it
making
because I didn't want
by
to say it,
making-
right?
Listen, also the funny thing about that too is that like, listen, me and a bunch of friends I know we're all gotcha afflicted. We play our gotchas, but the difference is, we play gotchas that like, first of all, we're only really getting rewarded with sexy booba or PNGs. But at the end of the day, we're getting like what we want to get. You know what I mean? Like we're getting what we're aiming for. We're not like getting like shitty rates like Genshin has. We're not like getting a character trying to grinding them up in a normal game sense and then having to go, this character sucks.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time,
Yeah.
you're like in a normal gacha, you're just vaulting these PNGs, and you're just like there's a game behind it, of course. Like there's there's levels, but like most of the time, what team works, and you just keep that team for a while.
Yeah.
But Genshin is like it's playing that game, but also trying to make like a constantly updating, changing balance game, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, it's
Like
you
even like the
can
newest
never
character,
rest.
like even with the newest character that was just released, she's broken the game.
oh cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Like gacha as a whole is money grabbing. That's gacha, but it's like the most absurd one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
just chill the fuck out. I can't sit still.
I just a few other highlights I wanted to point out. Not for because this is two different categories. For best debut indie, Absolutely Wild Pizza Tower is there. Never thought that would get nominated for something like this.
I think it would because like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
huge. It was massive.
No, it
'cause
was
It was a big
funny
game.
funny
Yeah.
Italian man screams.
And like I hope it wins because that's a great. I haven't finished it, but it's a great game. I'm also really bad at it.
So I was actually going to talk about best debut indie, and I want to go Dredge. Dredge is a very good game.
I've heard some good stuff about Dredge.
Dredge
I've
is
never
a
played
very
Dredge.
good, and I'm a big Eldritch Horror fan.
Oh, is that what that
it-
is?
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
it
Fuck,
is.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit.
It starts out as like, oh, this cute little like fishing sim where like you crash into a ravine on rocks and you like have to fish to make your living, kind of like Animal Crossing. And then it gets really, really, really,
Oh, I should look into this. Oh
really
shit, I didn't know
dark.
that.
It kind of reminds me of there once was a genetically modified caterpillar. 7
Oh,
nuclear
you wish it was 7
missiles.
nuclear missiles. It's actually just Eldritch Horror.
Another-
It actually
cool
has one
thing-
of my favorite scenes of recent in the game
Really?
itself. Yes, and it's really cool.
I should look into it.
Towards
All
the
right.
end of the game, I recommend it. It's great.
You've piqued my interest actually.
I
I'm
love
curious.
Eldritch Horror, so I love Bloodborne, of course.
Yeah.
Independent game Dredge 2. I don't know Sea of Stars. I don't know Viewfinder. I don't know Dave the Diver. I don't know Cocoon.
Highly recommend Sea of Stars. It is a
Yeah,
fantastic
it seems
RPG
cool.
that takes elements from Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger and that kind of stuff.
cool.
And it's a prequel to the Metroidvania game The Messenger, which I also love.
I've been playing Sea of Stars as well.
It's super good.
After that,
Sea of Stars is really good.
Can I want to just shout out really quick for best mobile game. Butters Leopold Stotch from South Park is fucking screaming. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is nominated for best mobile game. He's losing his fucking mind right now.
Oh, that is funny. That's really true.
Sorry,
That is really funny. But on the topic, real quick, of best mobile game, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is really
Is it good?
It is pretty good.
It tells a great story with young Sephiroth. So if you're interested in Sephiroth, you can download the game right now via the Apple Store,
Apple Store
or the Google Play.
I love how everyone is comparing young Sephiroth to fucking Aqua.
Ooh.
Well, specifically in that one outfit.
Yes.
So, guys, can I just say something real quick about one of the things that has been recently happening? Well, not recently happening, but it has to do with the Game Awards, but it's also like, why the fuck do people think this way? The outrage of people when it comes to fucking Hogwarts Legacy.
Nerds.
So my take on
man,
it
the
is
game's
that
not that good.
they were very smart in not adding it to any nominees because they didn't want to deal with the nonsense of people.
No, like,
good for them.
No, I get that. Like, here's the thing. Like, I applaud them for not adding something that literally was horrible.
Yeah.
But I just love the fact that, like, people are making gigantic videos or, like, some sort of TikTok where it's like, people are angry that Hogwarts Legacy didn't make it to be nominated for Game of the Year or for anything, and it's like, I'm just like, the game looked okay.
The funny haha wizard game.
Okay.
These are probably the same people who sobbed their eyes out when they found out they were Hufflepuff and not the house they wanted to be. So I think it's
Oh, yeah.
You also have like
Got 'em.
no spells in that game. You like barely experience being a wizard.
yeah,
in
that
fucking
game was like,
But
to me,
here's the
like
thing,
I'm really not a big Harry Potter guy, but like my brother is. To me, that was like,
Go on.
Ooh, Stefan.
okay,
I fucking hate this franchise.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Nito burrito. But I even him, I was just like, after a while, he talked about it for like maybe a few days, and I was just like, are you still playing? He's like, no, I got bored. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
That's exactly what it is. Like, they talk about this open world, but there's nothing to do unless you are in the School of Hogwarts or in Diagon Alley. And even in Diagon Alley, all you're doing is
Open
shop.
world
so
with
open.
nothing to do. Man, where have I seen this one before?
Oh no.
Everywhere.
The what I will say, a couple more things. We're gonna wrap the. I want to wrap the.
Yeah, it's okay, it's
podcast
okay.
up,
No.
Soon. A couple more things on the Game Awards. First of all, I will personally be voting. I already voted technically. FF16 across the board, especially for best RPG. Because,
Fair enough.
Everyone else who denies its RPG title can eat my ass. Because
I mean, action
it's,
RPG. It's right there in the fucking.
It's
genre
right
name.
there, and also like. After doing all the side quests and experiencing that world, I have never felt more in tune to the role that I play in controlling Clive than I've ever played any other RPG. Like,
Well, that's because Yoshi P is
a
just
genius.
like-
and listen, I agree that the side quests themselves, like mechanically, are like, yeah, they're like FF14 go here and come back side quests, so they're not really that entertaining to do. But it's the character interactions and
It's
the
the
story and
payoff.
the world building that is really tied to them. I literally did all the side quests in that game twice. So like it's one of those. I bring that up specifically because I had a conversation with my sister's fiance the other day where he was like, how did you do them twice? I barely could get through them like one. I didn't even get through them one time. I'm like, dude, you're just you're not with it, dude.
You're not with it, bro.
You're just not with it, dude. But yeah, so there's that. I'm gonna be voting for that across the board. Of course, I voted for Superstars for best family only because I'm obligated legally to vote Sonic.
That's right.
I have to. And then
I usually would, but like Mario
I
Wonder is
also
also in that category, and that takes my
that's great. I loved Wonder. I really did. I don't want Nintendo to get anything. Sorry, go away.
Stinky.
I don't want Nintendo to get
Stinker.
anything. I'm just tired of them getting like easy wins.
Yeah.
Especially because we just talked about Wonder just came out.
That's
so
true.
It's like right before.
Well, so did
the award.
Superstars.
to
It
be
came
fair,
out
I
3
kinda
days
don't like-
earlier.
Yeah, but Sonic doesn't get anything.
It did kind of.
Sonic doesn't get anything.
It's kind of
Steve.
not wrong.
It never gets anything.
All right, hold on. Brass taxes, guys. The real award we need to talk about here. Best esports athlete. Go.
No idea. Faker. I don't know. I love esports. I love esports. I really do. Faker probably.
Aside from,
I feel like an
aside from
asshole now
voting-
because I didn't realize you were big into esports.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm not like big into esports, but like I like esports. I'm not
No,
gonna be like, I understand it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Aside from that statement that I made, the one thing that I want to talk about the Game Awards before we end the podcast, the question on everybody's mind, very serious. Do you think Jeff Keighley got actual stage security this time?
I hope.
Or do you think Bill
I
Clinton
hope.
Kid will
God,
return?
I
hope.
fucking hope he
I knew
did.
it.
I hope.
I
knew it.
really hope he got
knew
actual
this is
fucking
where you were
security
going.
this time.
I hope.
Bill Clinton kid's gonna
Before
return.
actually, since
Bill
I know
Clinton
we've been
kid's
saying
gonna
before we
return.
close it out, but I would like to say that before we actually close it out. Despite not knowing 4 of these people for content creator of the year, do yourself a favor, vote Iron Mouse. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Iron Mouse is
Iron Mouse is the only one I
you
know.
may not like. I know some people have been out like VTubers. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
But she does so much with the kind of like
That's
not disease.
that-
yeah.
That's great, Phil. That's great, Phil. I see that.
I see it.
that, and I raise you. I want to see them get a VTuber to take an award on stage. I just want to see how they do
I mean,
it.
funny.
they'll be on.
Do they-
They'll be on an iPad
It's a good
going up the thing. What are you, stupid?
Did they have the Bill Clinton kid walk the iPad up on stage?
I'd be kind of mad. But Iron Mouse is sick. She's really cool.
I do like Iron Mouse. She's also the only one I recognized out of.
I don't
Yeah,
know any
me
of these
too.
people. I don't know any of them.
I don't
Like,
know if people make games. I
Yo,
don't know.
y'all ain't big Spreen fans?
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
But yeah, she's.
But yeah,
Who is that?
I do think it's gonna listen. I'm gonna watch the awards for everything that happened. Listen, the Bill Clinton kid, like say what you will.
That was iconic.
I am
like,
I'm losing my mind over the amount of places he pops up in
Dude,
the world.
this motherfucker must have instant transmission. Like the
he
dude
is a
just
glitch
is
in the- he
all
is-
over.
He is the lady in the red dress of the Matrix. He is everywhere.
That's really funny.
He is the sign that we are glitching. He's the deja vu cat. The thing is, the moment he was only really funny the first time, but the moment that he got on stage, and me and I think our buddy Jordan were in the call together watching. I think
I was there
Marco
too.
with us too. Oh, you were with us in the call?
Yeah,
too?
of course.
Okay. Like we were the moment that he got
Yeah.
on stage, and all of us just
Who's
went,
that guy?
"Hey, who's that guy? Who's that kid?" and we were saying that the whole time, and then everyone left except everyone backed away from except him. He got to the mic and he said that shit.
I also know for a
And
fact that Bill
all of
Clinton
us
is
were
not a
like,
rabbi.
What's happening? Like the sheer smoothness of him just going, I'm gonna walk behind these guys and go on stage with
Yeah,
them, and it worked. Is kind of a power move.
yeah, I can't.
And I know
Yeah, it
that
was
we
like, who's this
shouldn't.
guy?
We shouldn't.
Nobody
Yeah.
even like turned around to see like this guy there
Yeah.
and be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
and
I
even
know-
when he went up
I
to the
know-
mic, the other people claiming the award were like, "What? Who? What do we do?"
Yeah, I know that we shouldn't encourage the idea or behavior to do such a thing.
No, because it's not.
I know that we
funny.
shouldn't. I know that we shouldn't breathe it, but like, Steve, what he said wasn't funny. The fact that it happened,
The fact that
and
it
how
worked
we-
is pretty
how
funny.
we reacted was pretty fun. Like the reaction of who's that guy,
Yeah,
and like looking
like-
at the chat on stream and seeing everyone go like, does anyone see this kid? What the fuck? Like it is pretty funny in that moment.
Yeah.
The fact that he did it is not inherently funny, but
Yeah,
like,
because especially
it's
later
scummy.
that
It's
night,
scummy.
someone
The
posted
outcome
like
was fucking hilarious.
some like
Yeah,
DMs
it was
between
pretty funny.
like,
Definitely.
just random mutuals, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm right here, all the way in the back. I'm gonna inch my way up for FromSoft just to do the thing." And he got. I was like, "What?"
it's
a new breed of
it's
stealth.
pretty funny. The other thing that I found funny that night was also Jeff Keighley tweeting like, "Don't worry, he will never be doing that again." And I go,
fucking killed him.
And I go, what does that mean, Jeff? What did you do?
What did you do to him?
Was you
Shot
guys
in
will
the
remember
face.
this? Was
And
it?
then someone else did it at the fucking Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, no. I think what I'm
Yeah.
thinking was Summer Games Fest, because was it Summer Games Fest
Yeah.
where like Jeff Keighley teased like everyone thought it was Final Fantasy VII like Remake 2 trailer, but it was like an ad for like Uber Eats or something.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
That
yes.
was funny.
Yeah,
That was funny.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Jeff
he
Keighley.
nailed
Yeah,
that.
that was great.
Because he
That
hit
was
us with
great.
the moment everybody's been waiting for. Like, he nailed
Yeah.
that.
He was
Yeah.
like, Final Fantasy,
No.
everyone cheers. He's like, calm down.
That was great.
The,
I fucking love
the,
Jeff
the
so
Summer
much.
Games Fest guy was just a dick.
Yeah.
No,
You could, it was. I think it was the only time I've ever seen Jeff Keighley like actually mad.
yeah, because like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Fuck you.
like
Peter, can I add one thing really quick too, just as a roundabout
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
This is not like leading to joke. This is a genuine, sincere thing I'm going to say. Regardless of how I feel about the Game Awards, regardless of how I feel of like what games should have got awards, should have got awards, I never want to throw shade towards Jeff Keighley because I think
no, I
he's
fucking
one of
love
the,
him.
I think he's one of the
Yeah.
best people in like the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
Period. So and
Yeah.
Matt, God, the guy puts on a show. Regardless of
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
guy
he
puts
does.
on a show, and it's like
Nothing
honestly,
but,
Yeah,
but
I would-
utmost love and respect to Jeff
Me too,
Keighley. I
yeah.
fucking love that
Me
guy.
too.
100%. I was kind of hoping that you would like go. I knew what you were gonna say. I was kind of hoping you'd hit us with like a. Regardless of the Game Awards, I'm in love with Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley is amazing.
I want to kiss him on the lips.
and
What a
because I
hill.
really it was about to give me big like contestant that goes on Price is Right and then just really just talks all about how much they love the host and what
Yep.
they've been doing, even though it's a game show. That's the energy. it was
Yeah,
giving
let's host
off,
our
so I
own.
just-
Let's host our own game show.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Game
do that.
Awards show.
Haha, shoves down like my mural of me and Jeff Keighley into my pocket.
It's in your wallet.
Yeah.
Your
You have a
wallet.
shrine in your closet
Yeah,
like fucking Helga
like
and
a
Hey
Helga
Arnold.
Gump shrine.
Yeah.
Who would talk that lovingly about a host, guys? Haha, shoves wallet-sized photo of Drew Carey.
Yeah, Lucas opens it up. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I love you.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So
Hard cut to like
my
that
darling.
shot of Wolverine with the photo in bed. And it's just Lucas and
Oh, I'm
Jeff
doing
Keighley.
that. Oh, Steve, I'm doing that now. That's happening in this game.
Hell yeah!
That's beautiful.
yeah, but
Please make that a
All
thing.
right.
All right,
but yeah, so I think that is all the topics. That is
all I got.
everything that we have set out to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to let us know that you enjoyed it. And of course, comment down below if you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about down there. We love seeing your comments. We love seeing the interaction. So please.
Also, for this one, what is your game of the year?
Yeah.
Just
great question.
Yeah.
out of curiosity.
Viewers.
Like, not everything's gonna be the same like have the same game of the year. They're not even gonna agree with what the game of the year is for this coming up Game Awards.
Hell yeah.
What's your game of the
Good
year?
question.
Let us know in the comments.
Very good question.
King
So
Kong.
let's all do our rounds of signing off with our social medias, which again, one last thing, all of our links for our social medias and our YouTube channels, what have you, are going to be in the description below the video. So please give all of these lovely people a follow. Let's go in the rounds and say what our names are online. I am Pete. You can find me as Days for Days on Twitter and Instagram. I do art on there. I also have a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, which I have the affiliate status on. So please go check that out. I'll be streaming again soon. I'll be posting a video again soon. And again, I will be posting art soon. Also, I'll be opening commissions pretty soon too. I'm working on that.
Yay.
So please follow me and subscribe if you can. Next on the line.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lucas. As I've said before, I have a YouTube channel called Pop. I do streams there. I try to go weekly. Unfortunately, this week might be a break, but that doesn't matter because this is coming out after this week. But I also have a Twitter at @LScribbleShack at Pop. I also just recently made an Instagram that's just like it's just Pop spelled P0WP0P, where I just upload art there as well. If you want to check that out, I hopefully have some cool stuff looking forward to in 2024. I know this isn't the last podcast of the year, but I would like to add that. And also, in regards to the Game Awards, really quick. I know everyone's hyped December 7th to watch the Game Awards, but I'm a fool. How could I not plug? Fuck the Game Awards. December 7th on Palpop. Last year I streamed Pac-Man World Wii Pack. This year I'm streaming Pac-Man World 2, baby. Let's fucking go.
Oh,
Let's
big,
go.
massive. I'll be there. Knack 2, baby.
Pack is back.
Knack 2, baby.
Pack is back.
Pack is
Pack
fucking
is
back.
back.
all right, I'm done.
Hi everybody, I'm Steve. You know that. I am also known as Shay64 on the internets. I have a YouTube channel where I do video game metal covers / video game reviews / discussions / blah blah blah, all sorts of things. Last month for Halloween, I released a full-length Castlevania rock opera that I am super proud of. It features a lot of talented vocalists. My friends are great. I love them. Thank you for everything. Features awesome artwork from Peter.
Hello.
And I'm really enjoy it. I have a lot of cool things planned for the future. So if you want to check out my channel, it'd be pretty cool. I'm actually going to have a whole new well, we'll save that for as a surprise. But new stuff, big new stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I post a lot of updates there. I'm the most active on there. I also have an Instagram, but I sometimes forget that I have one. Like I'm on it. I just rarely post on it. But yeah, you can follow me there if you want. That's pretty much all I got.
I'll go because I don't really have much to plug. Hello. This is your homie, your crewmate, Phil, and I have Twitter. It's Phil69. I post sometimes. I post really about like anime and wrestling and all that funny stuff. And follow me there. I have a Twitch. It's Phil69. I don't stream very often like everyone else does, but I might try to get back into the swing of things. Maybe next year. Maybe soon. I'll probably wait till next year to make everything easier. And the YouTube's the same name. I don't really post anything, but if I stream and do simulcast, and the VOD will be saved there and whatnot. And it's really about it. I don't really got anything else to say.
I got nothing for y'all. Follow these lovely people.
Oh shit! That's so cool.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'm here to support.
Wow.
I'm honestly here to support these people. They're all very wonderful and very talented. Support these people, y'all.
Aw, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a no you. Capri does have a Twitter, so if you want to follow him too, you could do that.
Don't you dare!
I'm not very
No one needs to find about my
It'll
Twitter.
be in the description. The gun is pointed at you right now. Follow Capri.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm not very talented. I'm pretty good at like doing the things that Ant likes me to do in terms of like acting and farting into a microphone and making it sound like
And
it's
listen,
fake.
Hell yeah.
Like that's
Listen,
that's my thing.
when I made that gun comment, we're not threatening to kill you if you don't follow Capri, but we are threatening to shoot your kneecaps out.
Oh I'm threatening to do that. I'm threatening to do it.
What's the matter? I'm just gonna shoot you in the head and kill you.
That was really good.
No, but seriously, please follow all of these people. Follow all of us on our socials and subscribe on our YouTube channels if you need to. Subscribe to the Game Controller Network because we are really getting up there in subs, and we
I know.
really appreciate
Yeah.
the further support. Give us that like on the video, on the podcast. Check out our other content. We stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. The streaming schedule will be coming out for this week. If there's anything happening that you need to know about, any change in the schedule, please go join our Discord.
We do have a Discord.
Take a look there. I've really remembered I should be plugging the Discord as well. So please join our Game Control Network Discord. That's also in the description. Yes. We are done with this podcast. Thank you everybody for listening. Goodbye.
Boy.
Goodbye, everyone.
Farewell, Avitas, and
Mwah.